Nemesio Ruben Oseguera Cervantes, 17th July 1966, 22nd February 2026, commonly referred to by his alias El Mencho, was a Mexican drug lord and head of the Jalisco New Generation Cartel, CJNG, an organized crime group based in Jalisco. He was the most wanted person in Mexico and one of the most wanted in the United States at the time of his death. The U.S. government and the Mexican government were offering rewards of up to $15 million in MX and $300 million, respectively, for information leading to his arrest. Oseguera Cervantes was wanted for drug trafficking, organized crime involvement, and illegal possession of firearms. El Mencho was allegedly responsible for coordinating global drug trafficking operations. Under his command, the CJNG became one of Mexico's leading criminal organizations. Born into poverty in the state of Michoacán, El Mencho grew avocados and dropped out of primary school before immigrating illegally to the U.S. in the 1980s. After being arrested several times, he was deported to Mexico in the early 1990s and worked for the Milenio Cartel. He eventually climbed to the top of the criminal organization and founded the CJNG after several of his bosses were arrested or killed. On 22 February 2026, Oseguera was seriously injured during a Mexican military operation in Tapalpa, Jalisco, and died en route to Mexico City from his gunshot wounds. The operation, aided by U.S. intelligence, triggered widespread retaliatory violence by the CJNG, including road blockades, vehicle fires, and clashes that killed at least 25 National Guard members. In the Milenio Cartel, El Mencho started as a member of the assassin squad that protected the drug lord Armando Valencia Cornelio, alias El Maradona. On 12 August 2003, his boss was arrested by Mexican authorities. Around the same time, a rival criminal group known as Los Zetas, with the backing of the Gulf Cartel, carried out an armed offensive against the Milenio Cartel in Michoacán. The attack forced the Valencia family to exile in Jalisco. El Mencho relocated in the state capital Guadalajara with his father-in-law José Luis González Valencia, alias El Queenie, and Roman Caballero Valencia. In Jalisco, El Mencho and the Milenio Cartel formed an alliance with the Sinaloa Cartel subgroup headed by Ignacio Nacho Coronel, a high-ranking drug lord and ally of Joaquín El Chapo Guzmán. Under Coronel, El Mencho and his group managed the Sinaloa Cartel's drug operations, finances, and murder activities in the states of Colima and Jalisco. On 28 October 2009, the Milenio Cartel's top leader, Oscar Orlando Nava Valencia, alias El Lobo, was arrested. On 6 May 2010, his brother Juan Carlos, alias El Tigre, was arrested too. 2 months later, Coronel was killed in a shootout with the Mexican army. Following their downfalls, the Milenio Cartel began to rupture and El Mencho tried to take over its leadership structure. One sect within the Milenio Cartel wanted to appoint as the leader of the group Elpidio Mojaro Ramirez, alias El Pilo, who worked closely with Oscar Orlando and Juan Carlos before their arrests. Eric Valencia Salazar, one of the clan members, wanted El Mencho to take command. El Mencho then asked the other Milenio bloc to hand over Gerardo Mendoza, alias Tecato and/or Cochi, for killing a group of men that reported to him in Tecomán, Colima. The other division refused El Mencho's request, prompting an internal war. The Milenio Cartel split into two. One side was known as La Resistencia, the Resistance. The other was Los Mata Zetas, the Zeta Killers, headed by El Mencho. La Resistencia accused Los Mata Zetas of turning in Oscar Orlando to the authorities. A war ensued, and the two groups fought for the drug-smuggling turfs in Jalisco. To legitimize its presence, El Mencho's group launched a propaganda campaign against its enemies, denouncing extortions done by rival gangs against civilians, businessmen, and government authorities. Los Mata Zetas eventually won the war and consolidated their influence in western Mexico. The group then changed its name to the Jalisco New Generation Cartel, Spanish, Cartel de Jalisco Nueva Generación, or CJNG. On 22nd and February 2026, Oseguera was taken into custody by the Mexican army in a security operation in Tapalpa, Jalisco, but died of injuries suffered in the crossfire during his transfer to Mexico City. The operation sparked clashes in the area, resulting in multiple vehicles being set on fire throughout Jalisco. The police said shootouts and explosions were reported during the clashes. The number of casualties is currently unknown. Criminal groups blocked roads with burning vehicles in Jalisco and in the states of Guanajuato, Nayarit, Michoacán, and Tamaulipas.